Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to RimWorld Survival. If you're curious about the goals that I've yet to do, here they are. And I'm working on them for sure, but haven't done enough to check them off. So last episode, we had a little bit of a rough raid right at the end here. And as a result, Stormy sort of lost the bones in his arm. And I could call him the Boneless or something, but we don't need to do that. We don't need to insult him. We just need to patch him up. So, Tony, how about I assign you to care for your ex here? So he will need to get a replacement arm, as his manipulation is going to be stuck because he really doesn't have bones in that arm anymore. But that's just the way it goes out here on the Rim. Sometimes you're the victor, sometimes you're the victim. And, you know, we should be used to that, I suppose. Now, taking a look at all of the... Ooh, well, there's the electrical bench. Taking a look at all the crafting I have yet to do. Oh, man, I have so much left to do. All right, Mr. Janes, checking your health. Oh, you still have plenty of radiation. And we are going to have to stoke up the crematorium. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Tony. Because we have a lot of dead people. A lot of dead people all over the base. In fact, we have some just bleeding out here. This lady out here is just continually getting more aggressive cancers as she lays there. It's pretty brutal. All right, Cefalu, because you will never, ever, ever be in combat, I am going to make you haul the weapons I want. Now, there's a lot of really good weapons out here, and yeah, we are going to make him caravan all this back inside. I think what I'll do to save time here, whoa, I just panned real hard, is just to put these weapons indoors, and then we'll move it from there. Someone will move it from there. But I'm just moving the important stuff to safety. I think I'll probably move everything to safety, and that way we can just burn up these bodies. So what I'll do is I'll come out here with some sort of incendiary weapon and clean it up a little further. But these raiders, we're getting to a point where our wealth sort of drives raids to be very large and dangerous. And we're not yet sporting any weapons that are particularly good against raiders. If you're curious what weapons I mean stuff like uranium slugs or, you know, that alike. And oh, hello, Sophia. Look at you. Hang it on there. But, you know, not for long. So yeah, I digress. I was saying soon we're going to need to start to implement high defensive weapons. We really haven't done that yet. We are using mostly basic turrets. Granted, they're uranium, so they're not flammable and they're a lot tougher, but they're just simple turrets. And that's not really going to work long term. I think I'm going to need to caravan with someone else for those other corpses. Cefalu is about his mental break. And as much as I like punishing him, it doesn't really help for him to have a mental breakdown out in the middle of nowhere where no one is around to help him or stop him from getting himself killed. So let's go find someone to sub in. It will be hired gun. And I aim, unlike some previous raid attempts, I aim to clean this one up rather quickly. So it's not lingering. I want to get back on my feet much more quickly. So I do believe that is about the extent of the loot here. There's really not much else. So then we just have to repair and clean, and we should be good. Oh, and remove some bodies, I suppose. I'll have to find someone that is the least irradiated for that. Alright, so as far as the least irradiated, let's see. Acid at 5.3. Stormy at 0. Well, the issue with Stormy is you also have kind of a missing arm bone. Making your manipulation barely above not having an arm at all. Not ideal. Certainly not ideal. We do have a bionic arm queued up, so we'll fix that soon. It's a hired gun. You are... Okay. Medical tabs. Kazumi. And 11. So 11, let's get you some incendiary weapons. Because you're not actually a brawler. You just like brawling. I will forbid that stuff so nothing happens to it. And then the cleanup begins. Oh, the beautiful carpet bombing of enemies. Oh, look, we are also indirectly feeding boomalopes here. Let's check wildlife. Yeah, we have a few boomalopes out here to hunt. Poppy, would you be so kind as to take shots at this beautiful boomalope? We'll have boomer stakes. Alright, well, I can do two things at once here. Apparently Poppy can't really hit that. Oh, there it goes. She goes. I'm trying to burn up these guys as much as I can without having to step outside. Is that boomalope really going to walk right into the fire? Come on. You're literally made of liquid fire. You'd think you'd understand what fire is like. The properties of fire should not be a mystery to you. Now, if you're wondering why I'm cleaning up all the bodies, it's because there will be times when I have to move around the map, and if I don't clean up these bodies, they rot. And they don't rot fast enough that they can go away. It will always be a problem. So 11, go stand next to the boomalope. Good throw. Alright, I'm going to unrestrict and haul. I shouldn't have probably unrestricted. I should just limited restrictions, but whatever. Too late now. Alright, so she's going to be on no rads. I got her a little radiated, so we should give her a little bit of a rest. The other boomalopes. So this one is bleeding out fatally, eating the agave fruit, I guess. But that one's kind of far to be able to be turned into food. Janes. I know I wanted to let you sleep, and that your radiation is not... I don't like chasing, but okay, here we go. Perfect. Alright, that's another one down. We also have a ton... I might not worry about this one. Well, it depends. Let's go to the medical tab. And acid. Yeah, acid, you could go for it. 11, I'm also, when you're up, let's get you to switch gear. Alright, how to get to this thing without getting super irradiated. I think going through my tunnel systems... Alright, that's probably the closest I can get without... Yeah. Alright, let's run for it. It's about to die. And we lost a little agave, but that's okay. We don't really need the veg. I'm going to caravan this thing back because I can load a bunch of this fruit in my caravan, all of it. Nice. And then drop a limited radiation zone and have you haul. And he should be running, yeah, he's running to, oh, no, that's not right. why are you going through here? No. So you should follow the path, the limited radiation path. And you're not. Yeah, usually when you have one contiguous zone, they don't putz around like this, but he's clearly putzing. Alright, well, whatever. He won't be... Oh yeah, he's getting super irradiated. Ah, he just missed the mark there. Okay, good. Well, we'll keep him on no rads for a bit. Let me clean up my no rad zone that had him marching around everywhere. We did miss 2 corpses over there, I see that, and 1 up here and then 1 over here. So there's still a little cleanup to be done, but for the most part, we're looking pretty good. Let me unforbid these doors. And life getting back to normal. We're eating our boomer steaks. A quick reminder, of course, that we have lavish meals are queued up when we butcher bugs, but right now it's all about the boomer steaks. All right, we're definitely going to have a whole lot of a variety of new weapons. That is for sure. So I'm eager to field these weapons. Maybe we don't actually... Everybody pretty much has an assault rifle. There is some, of course, miniguns that are pretty powerful weapons. The issue, of course, with miniguns, they do slow you down. You know, they make you move slower. And the issue with that, of course, is when you're running around and you really, really don't want to get irradiated, the longer you're exposed, the more irradiation you're going to incur. So we have to be careful about who uses miniguns because, you know, it could be very damaging. Okay, you are super irradiated. Time for you to be on no rads. Yep, he hit the moderate. I could have kept him just sheltered with a roof overhead, but I don't want to bench him for so long. He's useless. Another thing I want to do is to run a little caravan over with my nearest trade partners. The interest in selling... I probably won't end up selling assault rifles because weapons are discounted really, really badly. By that I mean you don't get a lot of money for your weapons that you're sold. So I'm going to keep everybody but Senf and Kazumi on no rads. And then Kazumi and Senf, you'll be let out. But yeah, there's a lot of other stuff I should field. So... Let's see, we are making components. What's holding us up for the advanced component? Oh, our gold. Ah, that's not been the case for a while now. We've had a lot of gold for a long, long time. So let's go ahead and move this back down. Yeah. So actually I'm going to... move it a little bit differently. We might have to go hunting in the mountains for gold soon. A node that we can mine or a deep drill. Because we are running a little low on gold. So, Kazumi or Senf, would you go haul? There we go. So we're just turning all of the meat into fine meals. The meat and rice. And that will sustain us for a while. I think what I'm going to do is lavish meals. The food restriction for lavish meals is just going to be fine and lavish and simple. And we'll just let them have their pick. And then also, let's see, chocolate. And yeah, that should be about it. Yeah, they're all digging in. They were all very, very hungry because they were on lavish only and I wasn't making any lavish meals because there's all this meat to make regular meals. But we're slowly going to butcher some more bugs and that will make us some lavish meals. Alright, so Senf, you have moved... Okay, you are currently moving the gold deep drill. So I can power this off. we have a low meds warning here, but I'm growing a whole lot of heal root. And soon that heal root mixed with some of this Nuturamine will turn into actually some decent meds. Alright, so another thing I wanted to do is, let's see, we have quests here. Sniper rifles for marine armor. That's an easy no-brainer. I'm going to go do that. We have so many sniper rifles now that it's silly. It would be super silly to not go trade. And I have 9 days left on that. And the prisoner camp I have no interest in at all. We have plenty of people. So for the sniper rifle trade, my guess is my... Ooh, Balkans trader flying overhead. That is awesome. What I was going to say about the sniper rifle trade, I'll probably go straight to their outpost and probably go with a bunch of people because we're going to need some hauling. What I'm likely to do is to try to buy as much uranium and gold and all that like rare stuff that I am able. So we have a bulk goods trader overhead. Pop, pop. Let's get you on the bulk goods trader. Alright, I have a whole lot of insect jellies that I could trade for silver, which would be good. I'm going to need Nuturamine, I already know that. Ugh, they have human leather. That's gross. Alright, so they've got plasteel that I could buy. Again, I don't have enough money to field that, but I'm sure there's other things for me to buy or sell here as well. So there's a lot of clothing. Because I have so much cloth, I'm just happy to go sell clothing. And then we have some statues that I can sell as well. And maybe buy... Wow, I could buy almost no gold at all. So we're leaving this with a bunch of plasteel, a bunch of Nuturamine. Yeah, we'll go do this trade. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to put these as limited radiation zones, which means only Semf will be allowed to haul them at the moment. Let's take a quick look, though, because we have a lot of psychoid leaves to make drugs. We have more insect jellies, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this beacon around and sell off some more insect jellies, because I would not... I would like the gold and the healthier negotiator. She's fine. Just chill. I would like some silver, is what I was going to say. And, yeah. Or buy the rest of the gold. What else do I have? I have a ton of wart here, but that doesn't necessarily mean I won't part with it. They're bulk goods traders. I have a lot of luciferium. How many Lucy addicts do I have now? 1, 2. Alright, so his manipulation is 62% with that shattered arm. Not great, certainly. Yeah, okay, I would say there's probably not a whole lot else that I would want to buy off of these guys. We bought pretty much everything we wanted. Alright, that's good. Let's move this beacon back. We did free up a whole lot of room, which is great. There's a lot less junk in our kitchen. I do see that the rice is running low, but we're about to have a harvest, and I think it's just because we plowed out 100 fine meals. Yeah, I could also part with some chem fuel, but I could always turn that into explosive defenses. For all the other weapons here, I'm likely to just melt them down. I'm gonna melt. I think. Well, I think what I'll do is I will. I'll figure out someone to send to the trade. Maybe Kazumi. Yeah, she has no radiation buildup, and she doesn't haul though. That's kind of the issue with her. So Cefalu, but you have minor buildup. I could send acid, but he has even worse buildup. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out someone that can, you know, do the construction for the pods and all that, and haul. Yeah, I think it's going to be Cefalu. The problem is, of course, if he's waylaid on the road, he doesn't defend himself. He'll just roll over and die. Not a trait you want out of, you know, out of your caravan here. That's all right. Make a whole bunch of chem fuel. And soon, I don't know how soon, but soon I will weaponize that chem fuel. And use it for defenses. I was saying in some of the YouTube comments that there's honestly no reason for me not to put like incendiary IDs at choke points. So you know, put them where raiders like to walk. Like if I created one wall here and made this a one tile choke point, or here, you know, just so that we easily get rid of a few. You know, small price to pay to do it. At least I think so. Alright, so this is the last advanced component that I need for the bionic arm. Poppy, I'm going to wake you up. I know, I'm sorry, but we have another statue to sell. And they have a lot of silver, and I don't have a lot of silver. We bought a lot of stuff off of them, so they have food. They have resources to spare. All right, so as soon as Cefalu gets down to like the 15% or so radiation buildup, I'm going to send him. All right, my tea's looking good. No one's really making the oh, you know what? I don't have the Yayo queue up. Yeah, I'll unforbid that. Tony, what's wrong? Oh, the divorce. Yeah, okay. I forgot. So you could drink some tea. Enjoy the tea house. I'm gonna have to be watchful of her mental status, because she's certainly not gonna be happy for a long time. How long is that divorce? So you, wow, you still like Stormy. And Stormy, well, Stormy's neutral to you. So I'm sort of surprised there. There actually still is romance attempts. Oh, Stormy pursued Poppy. No, never mind. I misread that. But the divorce, if you're curious, is for 11 more days. Alright. Here's the bionic arm. We're making Yayo for the purpose of trade, if you weren't already aware. Bulkage trader just left. And making some kibble, making some fine meal, or lavish meals. And the reason I stacked this up all with mega scarabs is they are the least meat for your you know, the butcher, which removes a bunch of mega scarabs from this tunnel. So there's only 9 left up there, which is not too many. All right, medical tab. So aggro and 11 and higher gun. You're going to be lifted. So aggro 11 and hired gun. And maybe Tony as well. Kazumi and Tony. And that should allow us to haul some of this precious stuff to a way more safe location. Because if, you know, I don't want it, my resources to go to raiders. Is really the long and short of it. Assume he's leveling up in construction. That's pretty cool. Ooh, but you probably... Oh, no. You don't have that much radiation. Alright, so follow, you're probably around 15%. Yeah, 17, that's close enough. I think what I'll do is I'll wait to for morning, so he's not camping out in the open. Alright, so the bionic arm is done. It's placed. We are going to install right shoulder and do that right now. Tony is going to have to do the operation on an X. I know. Doesn't feel great, but, you know. It's what we do. Didn't botch it, so Stormy is back to having, well, 2 bionic arms now. We might as well call him Jax. Although he's not the only one. We have a lot of bionic arms around here. So at this point, I would say there might be another Mega Scarab up there, but I think... Oh yeah, there's one more. There's literally just one. Because this one, these don't count. They're all desiccated. Whoa. Walking in on them, huh? Gotta be careful with that. Alright, there's the last Scarab. And then next will be the Spellopedes to add to our group. Now, there's still a lot of other bionic needs that people have in the colony here. We're going to need a lot of legs and stuff like that. Now, this isn't really a goal of mine. I should be working on the northern mining tunnels. Yeah, we're first going to do this little trade because the marine armor will be really nice as well. So, Mr. Cefalu, that would be you. Let me just make sure I know what the quest is for. So the quest is for 3 sniper rifles, normal or better. That's really, really inexpensive. So, Mr. Cefalu, I will give you some lavish meals, because I know you are a large man and like your food. So 1, 2, and 3. We have like 10 or 9. And then additionally, we will have you bring... trade goods. The idea was to sell as much as I could to get a bunch of silver so I could afford more things in the future. Or to buy stuff like uranium and plasteel and whatnot. So we'll have you bring the smoke leaf joints, the yayo, and there's got to be something else that I have that other people want. Oh, plain leather? I guess. I'm sort of like shrugging in real life because I don't know. Maybe no one wants that. I'm not entirely sure. I could certainly sell some of these weapons. It's weird to be parting with a minigun, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here is the weight limit of the pod. I could send more than one pod, but I'm not going to. Alright, at this point, let's go ahead. Smelt weapons, we will allow for longswords. Everybody, all of our brawlers are currently holding their own longswords, and we have one right here to be smelted. And then we also have a sandstone club there, so let's destroy weapon. Destroy weapons are just, honestly, any non-smeltable weapons. Well, all ranged weapons are smelt. No, that's not true. Except for grenades. So we soon want to be breaking down all sorts of weapons. Just because there's no need to have like a crazy arsenal for people that don't ever need them or use them. Alright, so your aunt and kin died. You're sick, you're in serious pain, you've recently divorced. You are just a mess, Tony. I feel very bad for her, but, you know, what am I to do? Alright, so soon the heal root will be full grown. That'll be good. So follow probably about to pod. And then he has to, yeah, there he goes. Then he has the carry weight to bring that stuff home as well. Because the marine armor is not exactly the lightest object. So let's fulfill trade order. And go ahead and do a whole lot of trading. So, oh, that's the marine armor. Let's not sell that. So 1,000 silver, or alternatively, I'm just 22 plasteel. Yeah, I guess that's what we'll do. All right, and then we'll send them to the trade outpost. The trade outpost here has just enough silver, or steel rather, to pot him home. But I probably want to send in more steel so I can repair up the turrets. I don't want I don't rearm the turrets. I don't want turrets that have limited amount of ammo. Alright, so that's the last of the resources that we had outside. And this toque here we're going to make out of just the wool. I'm going to force aggro to do some tailoring by just turning off some of these benches. Because these toques will make a big difference. And in fact, I'm just going to queue up a whole bunch. Alright, where are you guys going now? Oh, insect jelly. Ah, yeah, I still have insect jelly up here, don't I? And then I have some steel as well. I forgot about that stuff. Alright, these toques should really help to keep me nice and warm. So follow. Please enter near where we need you to be. Ooh, masterwork. Alright. Now I'm going to reduce my toque crafting down to 1. Let's see here. So I'm going to just go from 80% plus at this point, rather than 90. I don't have any leathers, do I? No, I sold them all. So the trouble that I foresee is we are currently like cloth only, and cloth is a pretty piss poor protection material, which means you know, if we get into fights, we're gonna need to start cranking out flak jackets and stuff like that, rather than to rely on cloth armor, because cloth armor is gonna get us killed. Whereas flak jackets, at least, you can make these out of cloth, and then it, you know, adds protection. So we already have a bunch of flak vests queued up. The HE shells and the incendiary shells, I will continue that. Alright, so Cefalu got to the outpost. He's not super close, but he's not terribly far either. He will get a little radiated, but it's not going to cost him. He's not going to grow an extra arm or something. We did want to send some steel, so I'm going to send... What is max? Max is 300, so I'm going to send 250 steel. And I wish I had more components to send, but 1 component. We'll have to do. Alright, so hops. Wort. Is wort allowed? Okay, wort is allowed in there. This is going to be normal, so wort moves into here, so it's protected. Alright, what else is going on? I don't know, the base is getting pretty well managed, I would say at this point. Alright, so Falu is now in cover. You are going to be set to outpost no radiation. Oh, actually, you're going to be set to unrestricted, so I can actually build the pod. And I'm going to have him repair the turrets, but I'm not going to have him bother to rearm any of them. Because, because I don't have enough steel to bother doing it. So this is not ready, still loading in progress. Cephalo's having a major break. Hopefully it doesn't have a major actual breakdown up there, because there's very little I'm going to be able to do to help him, if that's the case. We are going to send him a supply care package. And I'm just going to let him sleep. I'm not going to wake him up. I don't need to disturb him any further. Alright, let's move that wort so it's not being slowly decayed. Now at this point, I would say there is a... So I'm going to leave a Doomsday and Sniper Rifle down there, and then just one Doomsday and one Sniper Rifle there, and maybe I'll just keep the normal Sniper Rifle. Pretty much I'm just going to smelt all ranged weapons at this point. I don't need them. So I'm going to queue all ranged weapons to smelt except for Doomsday launchers. Yep. And we'll get them smelted. And we'll be keeping the ones that are forbidden. So the 2 Doomsday launchers, that Sniper Rifle, and this Sniper Rifle, we will keep. And all the others will smelt down. And that way they're not adding to my colony value, they're just steel. I wouldn't mind mining everything out of that node there until I have to find a new one. We will need to start making some... Okay, we somehow need toques. Alright, let me add them to cloth. Whoa, aggro. Oh yeah, I wanted to do this. I just hope it's not irradiating you. Okay, we're okay. So the idea here is the turret has better coverage. Let me put you on unrestricted for a moment. So follow, you are going to unrestrict. Let's have that all queued up. So now this turret can cover all of this here, and not this piece of the wall, but pretty much everything down there. It has a lot better coverages now. What I will do, however, is get rid of that zone, and I eventually want to slag that there because I don't want it to offer cover to would-be incoming attackers. Man, isn't he a Debbie Downer? Alright, so let's rearm these bad boys. And then send them home with the silver. Okay, so here, you only were ramped up to 36%. Congratulations, you are not going to die of cancer. Well, at least not yet. We'll bring home the plasteel, the marine armor, the silver, leaving the lavish and simple meals. Alright, homebound we go. I would say maybe land there. Shut down the outpost. Alright, so follow, you're immediately going to go to no rads, because that was a pretty irradiating task you did, but we thank you for it anyway. And, I would like my brawlers, like Tony, to get suited up into the marine armor. It's probably not wise to equip it out here, but whatever. What's your health at? 28%? Alright, we can make you haul a little bit of this. Alright, everybody is cleaning up. 11. Let's haul the plasteel. I don't like leaving my resources outside for very long. Alright, I would say at this point, Aggro, you need to go back on making components and advanced components. I wouldn't mind the extra shells, because you made all the clothing that I required. Perfect. The rest of the silver has been hauled in. So I think we're a lot more resource rich than we were before, which is nice. And that is about all the time I have, guys. So if you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. I do hope that you joined this episode, and I do hope that you tune in next time. If you have really any sort of suggestions as to how to build the ship in such an irradiated environment, I am all ears. Hope you tune in next time. Adios, friends.